when you lift weights, stretching is a religion. I'm the FitFutureMD. I lost 40 pounds so far. Pick up that free copy of the nutrition and workout guide in the description below if you're interested in knowing how I did it. I'm the owner of Ensorsale. Ensorsale is family. Together we rise up from humble beginnings to help everyone all over the world with the inspirational messages on our t-shirts. Make the world a better place today with the inspirational t-shirt. Get your inspirational t-shirt today. Wear your inspiration. That's Ensorsale.com. It's FitFutureMD for 20% off. So, I saw a post the other day talking about, back pain and basically soreness in general, right? And so this video is kind of like a response to that post. But so when you work out, the gym part is the easy part of being healthy, right? Going, taking a jog, lifting some weights, that's the easy part. For a lot of people, when you first start out, that's the hard part, right? The hard part is, actually getting to the gym or staying with it for 60 days, 90 days, 180 days, right? When you first start out, that's the hard part. But when you've been going a long time, it's just second nature to be able to go, right? It becomes the easy part. The hard part is nutrition and the recovery aspect, right? The extra, probably 45 minutes a day you spend stretching, going to the chiropractor, getting massages, or massaging yourself, whatever. Or massaging yourself. But, so for me, that's why in my nutrition and workout guide, I started with yoga, right? Because basically what I needed to be able to hold myself up against gravity, right? As a general rule, work on my balance, work on muscles that haven't been worked in a long time, right? Like your ankle and feet muscles, they've not held themselves up by themselves, held you up by themselves in a long time, right? So that's why you start there, right? You start there because, like I say, when I started, I was not even able to get up off the couch without popping my knee, spraining my knee, right? That just tells you 315 pounds, that's so heavy, right? And even me, I'm 6'2", and I've always been, bigger than most people, right? Even muscular wise as well. But, that was a tough place to start from, and that's where I started from. And yoga enabled me to get out of that, right? To level myself up so that I could get up off the couch, that I could move around, that I could be flexible, right? So stretching basically is almost like a religion. You're doing it all the time, right? Oh, you got some free time? All right, stretch. Whatever. But like I say, there's plenty of yoga routines out there. You don't have to necessarily use, the yoga routine that I have up there, right? Up on this channel. But, prevention is way better than trying to heal something when it's broke, right? So if you're not starting out where I started out, still start with yoga, because yoga is going to prevent you from having any injuries, right? Because the biggest thing that happens in that first 60 days when you go to a gym is you get injured, right? Because one, your muscles are not used to doing those movements. Two, you may not even know how to do those movements correctly. You don't have the mind-muscle connection to do those movements, right? And especially if you're a person that's never even lifted before, like you don't start, lifting max weights when you've never lifted before, right? You take it easy, you build yourself into it, you work on the movements correctly, you look them up on the internet, like how do I do this movement, right? And there's plenty of old YouTube videos showing that stuff, right? That's why I really don't get into stuff like that. But let's say, and I'm not perfect at it, right? Like there's plenty of videos showing me where, hey, I didn't get low enough in the squat, my tempo was wrong on the bench press, all that kind of stuff, right? So I'm not here saying I'm perfect, right? None of us are, right? We all have imbalances when we start out, all right? So one side is stronger than the other or vice versa. Like all that's part of the technique of getting healthy long term, right? But the biggest thing is stretching, right? Being flexible, like being able to put your body in positions that no matter if you went down to that position, your body would not be injured. Your body is used to being able to go to that position, right? And that's why yoga is so important. And yoga is very looked down upon, especially in the male world, right? Like, oh man, I'm not doing yoga, right? But if it keeps you from getting injured, right, which is what I was missing in high school, right? I stretched, but very imbalanced in high school, right? Huge quads and butt, but hamstrings very weak, right? And that's why I tore my ACLs, right? So, keep that in mind. Like, if you work one side, work the other side just as much, right? Like, you don't want a huge chest, little back, right? You don't want big tricep, little bicep, right? You don't want big quad, little hamstring, little calves. So, everything is in balance, right? Same thing with stretching. You don't want to be able to go a long way one way and no way the other way, right? So, but a lot of that back pain, a lot of that soreness, all that stuff is fixed outside of the gym, right? With massage, chiropractic care. If you, like I say, you go to a chiropractor and they'll show you like, hey, this is what your hips are doing right now, like this, and then that's why you weren't able to get as deep into squat as you would like to, and stuff like that, right? But flexibility is king, right? Flexibility is the ability to go through a full range of motion without being injured, right? And it's very important, especially for tendons, the muscle, even the cartilage in your joint. If it's never been to those positions, like you can definitely injure yourself, right? And that's really what we're about. We're about prevention, right? We want to stay fit forever, right? So staying fit forever doesn't mean I'm going to go up and be an elite athlete for a day and that's it, right? That's why, the Olympia is great, right? And the IFBB and all that stuff is great. Like these people look great, but you don't want to look great for a season and then, not be able to move afterwards. Like, and honestly, I used to look up to Ronnie Coleman a lot, but, and I pray, that he gets better over time. But, none of us want to have these back surgeries, and that's from him lifting heavy and, going to that extreme level for a short period so that he could be, an 8-time Mr. Olympia, right? And, this is something he loved and he was able to do that. But that's not stay fit forever, right? That's let's be the best for a short period of time, and that's what he was, right? He's the best. He's probably the best all time, right? And you definitely want to prevent injury as much as possible. And let's say we all have, so I have injuries from football, right? So I had a stinger in college, still have that injury back there, and it still has to be corrected every week at the chiropractor, right? Still have shoulder stuff, knees still hurt, right? But I'm doing this stuff to prevent them from being injured more, and doing stuff to prevent injury and any more stuff, right? And say work on your techniques, stretch twice, 3-4 times a day, right? Get your flexibility up, and this way we can stay fit forever, right? I'm Nate. I'm the FitFutureMD, currently down 40 pounds. Pick up the free copy of the Nutritional Workout Guide if you're interested. Ensorsale.com, pick you up an inspirational t-shirt. Wear your inspiration. Help make the world a better place by putting inspirational stuff on your t-shirts. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.